You're listening to Millennials with Money, a podcast about the intricacies of an entitled generation. I'm Jose.
And I'm Charlie.
Your unofficial source of hot takes and weird stories straight from millennial urban America.
This podcast is dedicated to our friend Antonella, who clearly dodged a bullet when a Bumble guy told her they shouldn't meet if she was a slow walker.
In this episode, we're entitled to Dating Apps. The first question we can ask is, why, Charlie? Why dating apps? Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? If they're truly as terrible as you tell me they are, why be in this toxic relationship with app-driven matchmaking? We're going to delve a little bit into the business of this. We're going to talk about our own experiences and how much willpower it costs to continue this madness.
Oh boy, I'm going to confess, this is going to be one of my favorites because I can get into very, very philosophical discussions about dating apps.
Great. All of this and more coming up next. So yeah, Charlie, answer me this. Why do you do this to yourself? Why dating apps? Why do you go through all that trouble and trauma?
That's a fantastic question, Jose. If you can answer that for me, I will definitely let my therapist know that I found the answer to something that troubles me frequently. I, as many of my female friends, we have a cycle of downloading and deleting and downloading and deleting and downloading and deleting, and it's really overwhelming. I mean, I've known people to do a cleanse, which I've done as well. But at the same time, I think like my work life is so hectic, and the only thing that I do is just like I wake up, I go to work, I go to bar class, and then I go back home, and I don't do anything outside of work that would allow me to meet people.
Okay, yeah, that was
so. Mm-hmm. So if I'm on the app and I make a plan to like go out on a date, for example, on a Thursday, then I know that on Thursday night I have that plan. Like I don't have to, make that effort of constantly being like on the hunt. I just have to be on my phone, which I already am all the time. But the animals that are in the apps and these specimens are just absolutely unreal. Like each story is crazier than the next. I've had like Tales of the Crypt that I hope to put in a TV show at some point.
Yeah, gives me goosebumps. I mean, I've heard some of these are pretty bad, guys. Yeah. It's no small feat.
Yeah. Oh man, it's.
But like, have you tried meeting people outside of, like, have you actually been like, you know what, I'm gonna go to a bar, or I'm gonna go to a birthday party and just talk to some dude?
No, I have. I mean, I admit it. I've slacked a lot on okay. on that part. I really want to try and do things that are outside of my workplace. That's actually one of the things that I want to do this summer, and just like crack on with it until it's a routine for me. Yeah. But yeah, like, I mean, we talk about it, let's just go to bars. But if we do like a girl plan that like not a lot of guys are going to, approach a group with a lot of girls. So then I have to go with just like one girlfriend, and then we don't have to talk in Spanish, because if we talk in Spanish, then they're not going to come talk to us. So it's a logistical issue. It's pretty crazy.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
But actually, yeah, I mean, the reason I question it in such a naive way, because actually I've never really used apps. I actually met my girlfriend through like not like normal means, like at a party, believe it or not.
That's fantastic.
And I consider myself quite lucky that I didn't have to go through that. And something that, I mean, I did try it a little bit for a few months, but I wasn't used to I wasn't expecting, like my expectations going into the whole swiping scene. I didn't know it was going to be so fast paced and so to the point. Like I was coming from I guess, I don't know, just the normal days when you like had to
Jose, you're so old-fashioned. I love you so much.
I know I sound like a freaking, an old man, but back in my days,
back in my day segment was sponsored by dating apps.
Yes. You had like court somebody, but hey, so what's your...
I actually miss those days. I think that was fantastic.
And now it's like, hey,
DTF.
Want to bang?
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. And... it's the worst part is that for me it's happened, and we're gonna go into a little bit deeper than in our next segment, is that every time I re-download the app, I get more numb to it. Like if I swipe right or left and I match and I text the guy and he doesn't reply, the first time that I had the app, it was like, oh my God, a missed opportunity.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And now it's just like, whatever, I need to get back to work. So it's just, it makes me a little bit sad, to be honest.
Okay.
And
actually, I want to jump in right here. Is this like by design, you think? Because I actually wanted to nerd out a little bit, because I'm a user experience expert. I've noticed, when I play with, I guess, Tinder back in the day, you're presented with like a bunch of like stacked cards of like single people, right, in your area. So you're always thinking like, by the design of the app, you were thinking like, oh, there's somebody else.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
So you're never
completely satisfied because the grass is always greener. There's always going to be somebody else. And there's a mismatch of expectations. Because, for example, if you and I start dating and I'm like super into you, and you like me, but you're not 100% sure, you're going to keep swiping until you find someone that you think is going to be better than I am. Spoiler alert, not going to happen. But
especially in a city like DC, where like every 3 months there's a new cohort of people just like...
Yeah, and they're all gay.
Oh, that's true too.
Perks of living in the district.
But yeah, that's kind of messed up. And I think they do that... I mean, I think, not to be all conspiracy theories about this, but absolutely these companies know that if they design their apps in such a way, they're going to keep you coming and installing and reinstalling and installing. Absolutely. Because their business model is based on you just spending time there, giving their attention, giving them your attention. So you think you'll ever find...
On a dating app?
Prince Charming?
On a dating app? I'm not really sure, Jose, but you know what? I mean... I'll continue swiping just for the heck of it because it makes, funny stories, even though if I don't go out on dates, just the type of pictures that these guys choose.
God.
Well, it's something, I have to tell you. But you know what? We're gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna come back and talk about why dating is expensive as fuck and what the dating apps have to do with it.
Sounds good. Hi, my name is Kyler, and I'm 20 years old. I'm an entrepreneur, a musician, a culinary provocateur, and I run a successful Instagram meme account business. And I'm also 5'4". Anyway, if there's something us short guys know is that being short sucks, like a lot. Did you know that the average height for a CEO in America is 6 feet tall? That's fucking bullshit. Anyway, I'm here to talk about Lengthia, a new FDA-approved drug that makes us shorties big daddies. Think of it as a reverse Viagra. You simply dissolve one of our pre-crushed Lengthia pill capsules into the drink of your girl or guy, stir it up a bit, and cheers. Enjoy a drink together. Put some chill romantic music on, light up the fireplace, stare deeply into their big, beautiful, dilated pupils, and watch as Lengthia takes the wheel. Lengthia enhances the synapses in the frontal lobe of the brain, causing temporary memory loss, thus lowering their standards by 6 inches to be exact. All of a sudden, she's into short guys. All of a sudden, she says 5'4" is the optimal male height. All of a sudden, she says she loves being the big spoon. All of a sudden, you're knee-deep into some of the best possible relationship you could ever ask for. So what are you waiting for? Ask your doctor if Lengthia is right for you. Lengthia. Don't sell yourself short.
Side effects include heart disease, depression, anxiety, FOMO, chronic shriveled dick syndrome, erectile dysfunction, you up, the Spanish flu, being a disappointment, forever labeled a fuckboy, perpetual obesity, and cancer. All right. Jose.
Yes.
Let's talk about dating.
Yeah, let's do it.
But first, I wanna run some things by you.
Okay.
I'm
such a pro.
You know that there are a ton of dating apps.
Yeah.
And
I think so.
It's really, I mean, I've only tried about 3, and I know that there's a ton more, and they're all like super tailored to whatever kind of audience they're trying to attract.
Uh-huh.
And for me, it's actually pretty fascinating how these apps are looking for ways to differentiate themselves and how they're branching out beyond the dating experience, or how they're trying to tailor your dating experience. And I want to, pick your brain a little bit regarding that.
Yeah, please tell me, because I have no idea what you mean. So
okay, so you know that we started festival season, with Coachella. And aside from, that a ton of people, not myself not included, thank God, got herpes.
Oh my God.
There was this thing that I think Tinder launched that was like festival mode. And you could put which festivals you were going to attend so that people knew that they could hit you up at Coachella or whatever.
This went a different direction. I thought you were going to say like they had a nut herpes filter or something. You can filter out anybody without herpes.
No. I mean, that would be ideal, but...
Great algorithm right there.
Yeah. And the other thing I want to talk about is Bumble, because Bumble not only has, been very women-centered and trying to make the dating experience for the woman the best possible way they could, but they've also branched out a little bit out of that and made it about the whole women experience, about how to meet friends with Bumble BFF, and how to network with Bumble Biz. And now, and I'm sure that you don't know this, and I really want to see your face and your reaction.
Okay.
They're going to open up an actual restaurant.
What?
Called Bumble Brew. That it's going to be a cafe.
Bumble Brew.
Yeah, Bumble Brew, but they're not going to brew their own beer.
Okay. Oh,
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I know.
Brew like honey or
yeah, honey beer. I thought about that too. But no, that's not going to happen. It's going to be like a cafe during the day, and during the evening, it's going to be like a wine bar that you can go to. And I mean, I understand why they're doing it, but I'm not really convinced. So what do you think by this pitch that I made for you?
Fuck.
If you were a guy that's going out with this girl and you live in New York City, because it's going to be New York City.
Pick millennial right there.
Okay.
So Bumble Brew. She takes me to Bumble Brew.
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't know. I'm a little skeptic right off the bat from like how good is the food there, or how good
Apparently it's going to be done by like pretty legit people. I mean, they've done some pretty solid alliances, but at the same time, they said that they want to do like date-friendly plates, like no spaghetti, no like hot chicken wings.
What about the Lady and the Tramp? What happened to the good old American spaghetti? What happened to the joys of
I know. That's one of the things that threw me off a little bit, like date-friendly plates. Like, what am I going to eat? A salad? That's a date-friendly plate. Nothing that has onions and garlic also. I don't know.
Only seasonal food, finger food, like ciabatta bread and
prosciutto. They're gonna put prosciutto. I did read that.
Well, I mean, my thoughts. I mean, all right, no, like in all seriousness, I think it's cool that Bumble looks out for the woman experience, like you said, because I mean, yeah, it's a shit show out there. Dudes are kind of shitty. Yeah. So it's cool that there's a company out there looking out for the gals and the ladies out there who just want to kind of loosen the grip on their pepper sprays, and like their tasers.
Oh my God, when you say it like that, it makes me very, very sad.
Bumble spray, coming up.
They'll probably do that, but most of all, just because like it's gonna be New York, the amount of places that you can go eat in New York.
Yeah.
And why? I mean, why would Bumble Brew be your first option? Like, why can't you say like, hey, I want to go to this tiny little place that I really love that has some pretty good food, or even like limit the guy who wants to take the girl out on a date and he has to pick the restaurant, or he offers to pick the restaurant or whatever, and then they narrow it down to this place. And I don't know. I mean, I get that they're trying to foster like a safe space for women. But I don't know if that's going to be the way. I mean, I would love it if Bumble Brew was like a place that you could hang out with your friends, and like single girls arrive to Bumble Brew hoping to meet single guys and have like a single mixers night or whatever.
Oh my God.
It sounds super cliche, but
yeah.
But it's something like
chaperone,
that. Yeah.
Preferably. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool idea. It's a neat idea. You think it's going to be expensive? Because it seems like dating is expensive as fuck, as we all know.
Oh man, it's crazy.
And I wanted to ask you, like, how expensive is it for? I mean, if dating apps have made dating such a almost like a commodity, there's only there's always single people out there, and you can reach them really quickly. You can quickly set up a date in like a day. So yeah, that kind of cuts short the time of like, let's exchange numbers. It's direct. How does that factor into monthly budget, Charlie? Because how does that work?
It's weird. I mean, well, you obviously, like, I come from Latin America, and there it's very ingrained in our brains that the guy has to pay on the first date. I try. Mm-hmm. I obviously try not to have that in my head, and I always come prepared to pay. I always make the move, and sometimes the guy says, no, don't worry, I got it. I insist again, the classic 2 times.
2 times.
But usually I've had to, like, split it evenly, and I don't mind. Okay. But keeping the rhythm up, like, it's almost, I mean, give or take, like $30 per date. Mm-hmm. I mean, I went on a date last week, and it was like literally a pizza and a beer. Mm-hmm. And just because the beer was like my favorite Belgian beer was a little bit expensive.
The one with the gnome in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Chouf.
I know.
I love it. And
I love it.
And it was like, it was almost $30. So it's just like, imagine spending $30 like twice a week in dates that aren't gonna, get nowhere.
Yeah. But it's not just about money, but it's also about time, right? It's like, it's so laborious to just be...
Ooh, laborious. I love
it's
that
like,
word.
It's like you're a company and you're hiring people for a position, which is your boyfriend. And you're, vetting all these people. It must be, you don't have
It's a recruitment process.
You don't have a
Absolutely. It's crazy. You know what? I'm going to hire a recruitment team. I think Joaquin and Luis can help me with that.
Yeah. I actually had this quote from, like, I think this author of a book called The Labor of Love. And she said, I think her last name is Weigel, which is, if marriage, and I quote, if marriage is a long-term contract that many daters still hope to land, dating itself often feels like the worst, most precarious form of contemporary labor. An unpaid internship.
Bam! That is so true.
Yeah, because you're just, you're working for something that might never materialize.
Yeah, and you know what, Jose? I'm going to tell you something. I never had an unpaid internship. Every time I worked, I got paid. Oh, and I hate that I have to submit myself into an unpaid internship for my love life. Oh. But I love this quote. This is pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I really hope that, eventually pays off.
Yeah. Because if not, I'm going to annoy you guys all the time with my crazy stories. And they have been crazy, guys.
But let me be on the record that, I might offer myself to vet these people too.
Yes.
We're good friends.
We're gonna make it a group effort.
I think I kind of know what you're looking for, so I'll talk to him before. I'll give you the short list.
Yes, perfect. That's going to be great. Okay, so we're going to sign off. And we're going to cope with our entitlement coming up next.
This podcast is brought to you by Scorecard, a new dating app. Are you sick of swiping through profiles of people who you're much better than? Like, you're a solid 7 and you keep seeing these 6s and weak 5s that make you swiping fingers sore and deplete your precious, precious time. Not with Scorecard. With Scorecard's advanced state-of-the-art facial discrimination algorithm, we make sure we show you potential matches that match your score and above. So, if you're a decent 8, you'll only see 8s, 9s, and sometimes a 10 if you're lucky. Plus, listeners of the podcast will get a discounted price at the new Mama Knows Best starter pack, in which your mom fills out ideal in-law preferences, we recalibrate your score, and that's it. Swipe away as you only encounter people whose job, family, and genetic makeup will have your mother's full support. Scorecard. Don't settle for less than what you think you are. Coping with your entitlement.
Coping with your entitlement.
Your favorite segment. Go. Sorry.
All right, guys.
What do you recommend for those who are lonely or just going through swipe
Jose, you make
trauma?
You make it sound like we're all traumatized.
It's probably a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, my recommendation for all our listeners is to host Bumble Nights.
Oh, what is that?
It's Jose, it's sort of like the recruitment thing that we talked about earlier. You buy wine, order pizza, and you and all your friends start swiping right and left and ask for their opinion.
Oh, really?
And it's, it's a scary world out there, but less scary when, you got your friends, you got rosé, and you got pizza to face it.
Are Bumble Bros allowed in this?
Yeah, Bumble Bros. I love that. That's so cute. Yeah, Bumble Bros are definitely allowed.
Cool.
What do you recommend?
So I want to recommend a song, Solo de Mi by Bad Bunny.
Yes, I love Bad Bunny.
Because yo no soy tuyo ni de nadie. Yo soy solo de mí. In all seriousness, it's a great song. Check it out. I know that by the time you listen to this podcast, it's going to be 2018, that song. It's going to be buried in your,
But it was fantastic. And when he played it in Coachella, it was amazing.
I didn't go, but she went. Charlie went to Coachella because she's wealthy. Anyway.
Okay, guys, if you like what you heard, please rate us and review us and make sure to subscribe on your podcatcher of choice. And please do join us next time where we'll talk about your moon, sun, and rising influences our daily lives. Find out why I'm a Capricorn with a Leo rising and an Aquarius moon, and I'm super intense. See you soon.
Okay, I'm a Sagittarius. Is that cool?
I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see, Jose.
Sweet.
I'm taking potions, call me Alice.